I see you're still single.
You're such a jerk.
No wonder you're single with that attitude. Want to know why you're single?
Sure.
Well, I was reading a list on top10.5.com.
What's the list?
Number 10, treat him the way you want to be treated. You need to show your man appreciation and that you recognize his efforts. This is self-explanatory and common sense.
Well, I do that anyways.
Number 9, meet his standards. If you're dressed exposing your body, do not expect your ideal guy, who let's say is a businessman, to want a girl like you. What I mean by that is, if you want a man to be about something, you must display that you deserve it. You have to be the type of woman who a man can see himself interacting with on a daily basis. Basically, you have to meet his standards too. Some women who never have a man in their life, it is because they do not have any qualities worth it. If you want a man who is in shape, well, you better be in shape yourself, and if you want a man who is well off financial, well, you better have something to bring to the table.
Whatever, I do bring things to the table. I am strong and independent. You men are just not able to handle a strong woman like myself.
Number 8, match your standards. You need to meet his standards. You want a man who is making 6 figures, but you're not making even close to that. You want a man who is really intelligent, but you can't even add 2 plus 2. What I mean by this is that men also want a woman who can bring things to the table other than physically. Are you able to match those standards that you set? Do you have the qualities that your ideal guy would like?
Of course I do. Just look at me. Men just cannot handle an independent woman like myself.
Number 7, you need to have your man's back. Not telling you to go learn to box so you can fight people who attack your man, but what I mean is being by his side. Be prepared to go to war for your man just so you can help take some of the stress off his shoulders. Support him at all times throughout the ups and downs so you can later reap the benefits. It's become very common for women who are not there yet financially to want a man to be there. She isn't willing to stay by his side as he climbs the corporate ladder, but wants to reap the benefits. Depending on your age bracket, not a lot of men are going to be established financially. You want an Obama, but you're not willing to be a Michelle. To get to Jay-Z, you need to be a Beyonce.
I always have my man's back. I just like the finer things in life.
Number 6, never be 100% dependent. Relationships do not always last. A real woman will support her man but will also bring value to the team. It makes you more attractive when you have the ability to stand on your own 2 feet. When you become this way, you never depend on them, and if the relationship doesn't work out, guys will always line up to try to get with you, because you bring value, unlike a lot of females these days, who are looking for a rich man to take care of them forever.
Yes, but when you meet an independent woman, you guys are not able to handle it. Most guys can't handle dating a woman making more money than them.
Number 5, be supportive and subjective. The male ego makes a lot of men think they are always right. For instance, if you're lost, some guys hate asking for direction, because they think they're right and never wrong. A real woman will support him in the things he is doing, but if his ideas are on some bullshit, she will let him know without talking down on him.
Your ego makes you think we are talking bad down to you. We are just telling you what's right.
Number 4, believe what you see and not what you hear. You have to be like a filter, since the world loves failure. Misery loves company, so people hate to see others happy. If you're in a happy relationship with a guy, people will start throwing in their 2 cents just to break you up. A good woman will be able to filter that out and be about her man.
Finally, something I agree.
Number 3, unpretentiousness. Being unpretentious means being down to earth. I bet you $100 and a LeBron Cleveland Cavaliers jersey that if you interviewed guys who are in long-term marriages, that they like that their wife is down to earth. Men like a woman who is down to earth and not naggy or needy.
You men need to learn to spend more time with your wife.
Number 2, staying in your lane. Don't you hate it when you're driving and someone keeps cutting through the lanes from left to right? The person needs to stay in their lane, right? Well, this applies to women. What I mean by staying in your lane is knowing what you are. A lot of women are delusional about what they are. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, Are you truly wife material? In this generation, a lot of females think they are wife material when they really aren't. If you're a gold digger, groupie, or have a bad attitude, know who you are and stop saying that you're wife material when you really aren't. You're just setting yourself up for failure.
True that.
Number 1, be coachable. What I really wanted to say was to be more submissive, but I know a lot of women hate that word, so I don't need a gang of angry females to write angry comments. What I mean by being coachable is that you need to be more of a Kobe Bryant. You need to be Kobe and let your man be Phil Jackson, Kobe's coach. You need to allow your man to be a man at times and stop being competitive. Not all men are Phil Jacksons, but when you recognize that your man has those qualities, leadership, you have to follow him and let him guide you.
You're a women basher. Women should be 50-50. What I look like being submissive? This isn't the 80s, you know you're a jerk. I bet you're single too.
Number 5, accepting the truth. One of the main things women say they hate about men is him not being able to communicate. I'm not going to make an excuse for every guy out there, but one of the main reasons guys hate communicating with women is because they can't handle the truth. Sometimes the truth is just giving you constructive criticism, but when a guy tells a woman about her flaws, he is labeled as insensitive or a woman basher. What men want to spend the rest of their life with a woman who always gets defensive or emotional whenever he gives her criticism? For instance, guys have a hard time telling a girl to lose weight. The reason is because women tend to get defensive about it if you tell them. What else is he going to do? Even if a man loves you, he still can leave you if he doesn't find you attractive. Another thing women love to do is deflect things. Even though what I have stated is true, I bet you that some women will deflect it and start talking about how top10.5.com is mean. In other words, she is deflecting the truth.
Whatever, you can go to hell and bring that bullshit list with you.
See what I was saying? You're already deflecting the truth. Visit top10.5.com and follow us on Twitter at top10.5.